Hello and welcome to Sky Sports Fantasy Football Game Week 26 and 27 preview. So just quickly covering the games that have been played so far. Burnley and Watford 0-0. That was a really nice 24-pointer captain from Nick Pope, the single game day legend. West Ham 1-0 Watford. Jared Bowen again as a nice captaincy. A goal and shots tier. Roy seems to have tightened up the Watford defence already in the short amount of time that he's been there, so could expect some tighter games when any of our players are facing Watford from now on. Now, the interesting thing that happened last night, I was hearing a couple of rumours just before the FPL deadline that Ronaldo was going to be benched, which turned out to be true. I must admit, when I saw the news, I had a bit of a little smirk because I don't own Ronaldo, and I'll go into how I've set up after the overhaul as well. So far, that's one night out of 3 down so far without having Ronaldo. Going well so far, but one thing I have noticed is there seems to be a bit of a pattern in which Man United play. They either start really well and then they fade out in the second half. Burnley really did crank it up a few notches though last night in the second half. Weghorst was really good actually. I was pretty impressed with him. Nice assist and man of the match as well, of course. Also good for us Nick Pope owners, who also made a good couple of saves as well to get that 2-tier save bonus. So this is my overhaul team. Starting off with Nick Pope. Most of us went for Nick Pope for that single captaincy day, plus any other games that should be put in for Burnley. Cancelo, Laporte, Alexander-Arnold and Webster. Gallagher, Bowen, Rafinha, De Bruyne and Ward-Prowse and Salah. Ideally, I would have liked a 5-4-1 formation, but of course Sky don't allow that, so I probably would have done something else with that Ward-Prowse position there instead. I still think those games for Southampton are pretty tough before the single game day captaincy. No one else really stood out in that slot for me, so I decided just to pop him in now, even though the single game day is quite a way off still. So the reasoning behind going for Kevin De Bruyne is one, firstly the fixtures, and then two, it gives me that option and flexibility of choosing either Ronaldo or Harry Kane, and it's a good way of not committing to either one early on either, because Ronaldo is just not doing it for me at the moment. The fact that he was benched is maybe a good thing. He could be fully fresh for those 2 games coming up, but it's also not great either. Kevin De Bruyne has a risk of being rotated as well, but I just fancy him to score more points than Ronaldo. I'd even take Bruno Fernandes over him at the moment. So, looking at the next couple of games, I'll make a decision and then I can choose which one I want to go for, really. Should Ronaldo score big, of course it's going to hurt me, but it's a risk I'm willing to take at the moment, and I think having the choice of either Kevin De Bruyne or Kane, those two are differentials at the moment, but they're very safe differentials. 2 of these game days, other players are going to be highly captained anyway. For example, last night, Jarrod Bowen was highly captained, and then Saturday it will probably be João Cancelo against Norwich that will be highly captained, so that eliminates 2 days of high potential captaincy, if that makes sense. So the worst game day that could hurt the most is the single game day against Brighton. So I've got my fingers crossed and hopefully Ronaldo doesn't do a lot in that game, and we'll go from there. At least on that single game day I still have Adam Webster. I'm not expecting much from him though, to be honest, or even a passing bonus, but at least it's someone to cover that game day. So just looking at captains for the remaining games, today will probably be João Cancelo. Thursday will be either Salah or Trent. It'd be interesting to see if Salah's back in the team. I'm sure he will be. Starting though, I'm not so sure. No player can play that much, surely. So game week 27, Saturday the 12th, probably João Cancelo, highly owned again. Then Sunday the 13th, it's between Salah and Trent. If Salah starts, there's always Trent. I think that's the case for most of us. And then Tuesday the 15th will be Webster for me. And potentially hiding behind a sofa and hoping Ronaldo doesn't score. But yeah, just another note, I really like the fact that Harry Kane so far is a differential, even though he's on the best form that he's had all season. He's just playing so well. I fancy him against Southampton tonight. So it'd be interesting to see how he gets on, and definitely I'll be monitoring him, comparing him to Ronaldo the whole time. So that's about it for this video. If you do enjoy it, please do give a like and subscribe. That'd be much appreciated. And thank you for all the likes from the overhaul video as well. That's really nice of everyone. So yeah, good luck to everyone, and I'll see you again soon.